At the beginning of the story, our main character named Subaru comes to attend the funeral of his parents. His parents died in a car accident, leaving Subaru as the only person in the family. He was not good at socializing since he was a child. After his parents' death, the situation seems to have worsened, and he feels seriously uncomfortable whenever he goes to a crowded place. It seems to him that the world of books is the only place left for him to stay. Fortunately, he is able to inspire his imagination from the books he read, so he becomes a mystery novel author. Most of the time, he just stays at home and writes his novels. Atsushi is Subaru's editor at the publishing company. Atsushi always suggests that Subaru should go out for a walk to find inspiration for his writing. But Subaru completely ignores Atsushi's advice, because going out only makes Subaru nervous. One day, Subaru visits his parents' grave and brings some sashimi as an offering. The sashimi attracts a small gray and white cat. Looking at the cat, Subaru, who is worried about the topic of his new novel, is inspired by the cat and decides to write a mystery novel based on a cat. He then brings the cat home. The cat's every move stimulates Subaru's imagination. Subaru has never raised a cat before. The cat always has some behavior that makes Subaru confused. For example, it scatters cat food on the ground and scratches the door to his room. Seeing Subaru throw the scattered food into the trash, the cat reacts angrily. To meet the deadline, Subaru works non-stop on his novel and has not eaten for several hours. The lack of sleep and hunger make him pass out. The next morning, Atsushi can't reach Subaru and worries about him. Therefore, Atsushi breaks into Subaru's house, finds the fainted Subaru and wakes him up. Subaru finds himself with a little cat food around his mouth, and the novel that was not finished yesterday has been finished. So what happened after he passed out yesterday? The story is then told from the cat's perspective, which is very interesting that we can understand the story from the cat's point of view. It turns out that the cat was very curious about Subaru. She didn't know that cat food wasn't for people to eat, so when she saw him working hard without eating, she gave him some of her own food to repay the favor. When he threw it away, she got mad because it was hard for her to find food when she was astray. Then she saw Subaru lying on the ground. At that time, she remembered her younger sister, who had died long ago. When her sister died, her sister was also lying on the floor, still. Fearing that Subaru was dying, she bit Subaru's sleeve and tried to wake him up. The sleeping Subaru was too hungry, so he grabbed a handful of cat food and put it in his mouth. Then he drowsily finished writing and lay down to sleep again. The cat was relieved that Subaru didn't die. Subaru goes to the kitchen and finds the last remaining can in the cupboard. Seeing that the cat craves the can, Subaru gives the can to the cat. The cat decides to stay with Subaru to enjoy the endless food and cans. She doesn't know that this decision will change her and Subaru's life forever. The next morning, Subaru wakes up to find his cat lying lazily on his laptop. He thinks he can lure the cat away with cat food, but he runs out of cat food. He reluctantly goes to a pet shop to buy cat food. The clerk named Nana asks him several questions about his cat, including what its name is. When Nana finds out that Subaru's cat doesn't have a name yet, she asks Subaru to name the cat so that he can call the cat and talk to it. Soon, Atsushi calls Subaru and tells him that readers of his new novel want to know the cat's name. Subaru then starts to think of names for the cat. When he gets home, he finds the cat sleeping in his books. Subaru reads out different names and asks the cat to respond if she likes the name. He says a bunch of random names, but the cat does not react until Subaru says the name Haru and the cat finally answers. So Haru becomes the name of the cat. From Haru's point of view, Haru mistakenly thought the word Haru meant to eat, because the name of a restaurant owner's daughter who used to feed her before was also Haru. Ever since then, the name has become synonymous with food. Atsushi is a cat lover, but his wife is allergic to cats, and he cannot keep a cat at home. When Atsushi learns that Subaru raises a cat, he goes to Subaru's house every day to visit Haru on the pretext of work. Atsushi asks Subaru to hold or pet Haru to lower her guard, only to be surprised to find out that Subaru has never touched Haru before. Subaru has to go into his parents' bedroom to find ink when his pen runs out of ink while writing. Subaru hasn't been in his parents' bedroom for a long time since his parents died. Haru follows him in and knocks over the photo album on the shelf. Subaru picks it up, and the pictures of the album remind Subaru of the old days, when Subaru's mother used to write down Subaru's favorite things with sticky notes. His parents liked to travel, but Subaru wouldn't come with them because he wanted to keep reading. One day, his parents went on another trip, and Subaru refused to join them again. Then, a tour bus his parents were riding got in an accident, and his parents passed away. Thinking about his parents, Subaru can't help but start crying. Seeing the crying Subaru, Haru goes up and licks his face, as if to comfort him not to cry. Subaru reaches out to pet Haru and realizes that she is so warm. From Haru's point of view, when she entered Subaru's parents' bedroom, she saw 2 clouds of pink gas and chased after them, leading her to knock over the photo album. The 2 clouds of pink gas are the spirits of Subaru's late parents that only Haru could see. After Subaru falls asleep, his parents' spirits say thank you to Haru and then disappear into thin air. At this time, Atsushi once again is worried about Subaru because he can't reach Subaru, so he comes to Subaru's house. Seeing Atsushi drenched by the rain, Subaru offers to let Atsushi feed Haru. Atsushi asks Subaru to go buy a collar for Haru so that Haru won't be mistaken for a stray cat and taken away. Imagining how various collars will look on Haru, Subaru buys a red collar. Haru is very cute with the collar on. Due to Subaru's feeding method, Haru becomes fatter than an average cat. Nana, who works at the pet shop, happens to live near Subaru's house. She offers to teach Subaru how to reduce Haru's weight. She comes to Subaru's house and is amazed at the amount of cat food he is feeding Haru. To help Haru slowly cut down on how much she eats, Nana gives Subaru a bottle that dispenses food by rolling so that Haru can eat and exercise at the same time. When Nana leaves, she forgets to take her apartment key with her, and Haru is too attached to it that she would not let go. To return the key to Nana, Subaru takes Haru to Nana's apartment. Nana invites them in. Nana has a cat named Hachi, who looks like Haru. When Nana calls Hachi, Hachi runs to Nana, and Subaru finds that Haru doesn't seem to respond when he calls Haru. Subaru calls Haru again, and Haru, who usually doesn't come, runs to Subaru's side this time. From Haru's perspective, Nana's apartment key had a familiar smell, prompting Haru to take possession of it and wouldn't let go of it. The Hachi that looks like Haru is actually Haru's lost younger brother. From Hachi's clean fur and happy face, Haru knew that Hachi had met the right owner and no longer needed her protection. Hachi told Haru that the word Haru didn't mean to eat but was her name. Whenever Subaru called Haru, he was calling out to her. So this time Haru responded to Subaru. Nana's younger brother named Yugo comes home. Nana and Yugo happen to be big fans of Subaru's novels. But Yugo doesn't know that the Subaru in front of him is the writer of the novel, because Subaru usually only uses a pen name. Listening to Nana and her brother discussing Subaru's novel, Subaru feels embarrassed, so soon he leaves. Under the street light, Haru, who is in Subaru's arms, remembers her past. Long ago, Haru and her 4 younger siblings were abandoned in a box on the side of the road. Haru is the eldest sister. Her body size looks a little larger than her younger siblings. They were helped out by a stray tiger cat, Tora, and a stray black cat, Kuro. Tora and Kuro taught them how to run fast, how to find food, and reminded Haru to take good care of her weaker siblings. 2 of Haru's siblings were adopted by a family during a picnic, leaving Haru with just Hachi and 1 other brother. Crows with their sharp beaks and claws are the enemies of cats. One day, Haru and her remaining siblings were attacked by crows in the street. Tora and Kuro lured the crows, asking Haru to escape with her siblings, and that was the last time Haru saw Tora and Kuro. After the separation, Haru remembered Tora and Kuro's words, to be strong and take good care of her 2 younger siblings. The younger siblings were hungry, so Haru left them where they were and went to find food for them. When Haru returned with food in her mouth, she found crow's feathers all over the ground and the dead body of her younger sister on the ground, while Hachi was nowhere to be found. Now Haru found Hachi lived well and had a good owner, Nana. Haru felt very happy for him. Hiroto, Subaru's childhood friend, comes over with his 4 siblings later that day. While they play with Haru, the kids make Subaru feel overwhelmed. Hiroto opens Subaru's refrigerator, which is empty as usual. So Hiroto decides to order a takeout meal for Subaru in the evening. Atsushi also comes to Subaru's house. In the evening, they gather around the dinner table and eat the delicious takeout together. The cold house seems to feel like home. Subaru is no longer as resistant as before and even feels good about it. Later, Subaru faints due to a heavy cold. During this time, Atsushi and Hiroto are eager to take care of Subaru. Subaru falls asleep with Haru sitting on his chest. Subaru feels warm that even though his parents are gone, the house doesn't feel empty. The next day, Subaru wakes up early in the morning and puts on a suit that makes him feel uncomfortable. Then he leaves home for the bookstore to hold the book signing event. Feeling neglected, Haru could only take a nap to pass the time. It is already late in the evening when she wakes up. Haru is worried because she can't find Subaru anywhere. She gets under Subaru's covers to smell his scent. This makes her feel a little better, but she still feels like something is missing. Haru gets more and more anxious as Subaru still doesn't come back at night. On the other hand, although Subaru has long been mentally prepared, he still can't help but feel nervous in front of the crowd. He is so nervous that he signs the first book for his fan crookedly, but his fan is still happy. After he realizes his book means a lot to other people, he isn't so nervous anymore. A child who is introverted like Subaru gathers the courage to reach out his hand to Subaru, hoping to shake hands with Subaru. Subaru looks at the child's outstretched hand and suddenly realizes that he has been surrounded by warmth because so many fans love him. He decides that from now on, he must express his gratitude to his fans. Before the book signing event ends, Nana also comes here to meet with her favorite author. She finally finds out that Subaru is the author of her favorite novel. Before Nana leaves, Subaru gathers the courage to thank Nana for all the help she has given him during this time. Subaru comes home and finds it very messy. He thinks someone must have broken in. He then finds out it was Haru who messed around when she was anxious. He comforts her and falls asleep. A few months pass. Subaru is out of ideas for his next novel. He wanders in the yard and notices some blue flowers are very pretty. He learns from his neighbor that his deceased mother planted these blue flowers for him because his mother remembered that Subaru liked blue the most. Seeing that Subaru has no inspiration for his next novel, Atsushi suggests him to go out and find inspiration. To Atsushi's surprise, Subaru agrees to go out, which is very different from before. Subaru finds an empty flower pot in the yard that was intended to be for flowers from Tokushima, a place his parents were planning to visit before the tour bus accident claimed their lives. To let Subaru, who didn't like to go out, see the outside world as well, his mother would bring back seeds from every place she traveled. Subaru decides to fulfill her mother's wish and brings back the seeds from Tokushima. Before leaving, Subaru gives his house key to Hiroto, asking him to come and feed Haru regularly. Subaru then takes a plane to Tokushima. Tokushima is famous for its color indigo dye because most Japanese indigo dye is produced in Tokushima. Subaru recalls that his old blue sweater has faded and that his mother should have wanted to come here because of the indigo dye in Tokushima. It is getting late, and Haru thinks that Subaru will be back tomorrow in the morning. The next day, Subaru is ready to go home, and he gets some seeds to take home. But a storm breaks out unexpectedly in Japan, and all flights are cancelled due to the storm. Subaru has no choice but to catch the high-speed train and is expected to arrive home in 4 hours. He asks Hiroto to look after Haru. Haru, at this time, looks at the heavy rain outside and worries if Subaru is too scared to go home as her younger siblings did before, or if Subaru has fainted again. Hiroto arrives at Subaru's house. When the door opens, Haru rushes out to look for Subaru. Hiroto immediately calls Subaru to tell him. Subaru, who has already regarded Haru as his family member, can't bear to lose his family member again. On the other hand, Haru runs all over the corner and doesn't see Subaru. Subaru remembers his parents' grave was where he and Haru met before. Therefore, he runs to his parents' grave with Haru's favorite cans and keeps calling Haru's name. With a gust of wind, Haru is blown towards a deep ditch. The water beside her is flowing so fast that she is going to be washed away by the water if she is not careful. Just when Haru is feeling scared, she hears Subaru's sound. Finally, they find each other. Subaru, who tries to save Haru, falls into the ditch because of the slippery ground, but he still clings to Haru. When a crisis arises, he always puts his precious things more important than himself. After the storm is over, Subaru and Haru go home, where Nana gives Haru a bath, and Hiroto cooks the ramen Subaru brings back from Tokushima. They eat dinner together contentedly. Before his friends leave, Subaru thanks them from the bottom of his heart. Subaru used to be indifferent to the outside world, and now he cares about others. He feels that friendship and the presence of Haru have changed him. Now he is no longer afraid to establish contact with people. In the yard, Mom's flower bed is full of flowers, and Subaru plants the seeds he brought back from Tokushima. He believes that the flower bed will bloom even more beautifully next year. Subaru comes up with a new novel idea. This time, the theme he wants to write about is family. Subaru starts his new novel with Haru sitting on his lap and then climbing onto his head. The story ends here. This anime television series is called My Roommate is a Cat. The story is about an unlikely friendship between a person and a cat. They heal each other as they spend time together. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more stories like this if you enjoy.